We'll
I've
do
forgotten
next
all
time.
about it, George. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me?
Yes.
Cheeky bitch.
Number 9, number 9, number 9,
True!
number 9,
Never is very, very dreadful and helpless I have been and out.
number 9,
But what will you
Number
say
nine.
that I'm mad?
number 9,
All this shit has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them.
number
Above all was a sense of hearing I could. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hurricane! And observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how buzzed you enter my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object there was
number
known,
9,
passion there was known. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me, and he had never given me insult.
number
For his goal I had no desire.
number 9,
I think it was his eye.
number 9,
Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, a pale blue eye, with a film of it. Whenever it fell upon me, my ran blood cold. And so by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye forever.
Now this is the point. You fancy me, man. Madmen know nothing. But you should have seen me.
You should have seen me how wisely I proceeded without caution, and without foresight,
9,
and without the civilization I want to walk.
9, number
I was never kinder to the old man than during the week, the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it,
number 9,
oh so gently. And then, when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I put in a dark lantern, all closed, that no light shone out, and then I thrust in my head. Oh, you would have loved to see how cunningly I thrust it in, moving slowly, very, very slowly, so that I might not disturb the old man's sleep.
number 9,
It took me now to place my whole head within the opening so far that I could see him as he lay upon his bed.
number 9, number 9,
Would a madman have been so wise as this?
number
And then when my head was held in the room,
number
I undid the
9,
lantern cautiously.
9,
Oh, so cautiously. I undid it just so much that a single thin rain fell up upon the bulgy eye. And this I did for 7 long nights, every night just at midnight. But I found the eye always closed, and so it was impossible to do the work. For it was not the old man who begged me, but his evil eye.
number 9,
And every morning, when the day broke,
9,
I went boldly to the chamber and spoke courageously to him,
number
calling him
9,
by name in a hearty tone, and inquiring how he was past the night.
number 9,
So you see, he would have been a very professional man indeed, to suspect that every night, just as 12, I looked in upon him while he slept. Upon the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious in opening the door. I watched minutes hand move more quickly than did mine. Never before that night had I felt the accent of my own power, of my sagacity. I could scarcely contain my feelings of the triumph. To think that there I was,
9,
opening the door little by
number
little.
9,
I had not even dreamed of my secret deeds of thoughts.
number 9,
I felt chuckle at the idea,
number 9,
and perhaps he heard me,
9, number
for he moved on the bed suddenly as if startled.
number 9,
Now you might think that I drew back, but no. Oh no. His room was as black as pitch with the thick darkness, for the shorts were close fastened through fields of robbers, and so I knew that he could not see opening the door, and I kept pushing him on steadily and steadily.
I had my head in, and was about to open the lantern, when my thumb slipped upon the tin, fastening it. and the old man sprang up in bed, crying out, "Who's there?"
Number 9.
I kept quiet still and said nothing. For a whole hour I did not move a muscle,
Number
and in the
9.
meantime I did not hear him lie down.
Number 9.
He was still sitting up in the bed listening, just as I have done, nights after night, hearkening to the dead watches in the wall.
Presently I heard slightly groan, and I know it was the groan of mortal terror. It was not the groan of pain of the grave. No. It was the low stifled sound that arises from the bottom of the soul when I was changed with all. I knew the sound well. Many at night, just at midnight, when the older wolves sleep, it has welled up from my own bosom deepening with its drab-like hope, the terror that distracted me.
9.
I said I knew it well.
Number 9.
I knew what the old man felt and pitied him.
Number 9.
Although I chuckled at heart, I know he had been lying awake ever since I first light noise,
Number 9.
when he had turned in the bed. His purse had been ever since growing up in him. He had been trying to bend it down closerless, but I could not. He had been saying to himself, "It is nothing but the wind in the chimney. It is only a mouse crossing the floor. Oh, it is a merely cricket that has made the single shape." Yes, he had been trying to comport himself with their superstitions,
Number 9.
but he had found all in vain, because then in approaching him I saw within his black shadow before him and enveloped the victim. And it was the mindful influence of the unperceived shadow that caused him to feel, although he neither saw nor heard, to feel the presence of my head within the room.
When I had waited a long time, very patiently, without hearing him lie down, I resolved to open a little, a very little crevice in the lantern. So, I opened it. You cannot imagine how stealthily, until at length a simple dim ray, like the thread of the spider, shot from the out crevice and fell full open both eye. It was opened, wide open. And I grew furious as I gazed upon it, saw it with perfect distinctness. A level blue, with a hideous veil over it that chilled the very marrow in my bones. But I could see nothing else of the old man's face or person, for I had directed the eye as if by instinct, precisely upon the demon spot. And have I not told you that what you mistake for a madness is but over a quickness of the sense? Now, I say, there come to my ears a loud, dull, quick, and sound, such as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I knew that sound well too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury, as the peering of a room stimulates the soldier into courage.
But even yet I refrained and kept still. I scarcely breathed. I held the lantern motionless. I tried how steadily I could maintain the ray upon the eve. Meantime the hellish tattoo of the heart increased. It grew quicker and quicker, and louder every instant. The old man's settlement had been extreme. It grew louder, I would say louder every time. Do you mark me well when I have told you that I'm nervous? So I am. And now at the dead hour of the night, amid the dreadful silence of that old house, so strange and outright this excited me to uncontrollable terror. Yet for some minutes longer I refrained and stood still. But the beating grew louder. I thought I had must burst. And now a new anxiety seized me. The sound would be heard by a neighbor. The old man hour had come, and with an old yell, I grew up in the lantern and lifted into the room. Here it once only. In an instant I draw him to the floor and pulled a heavy bed over him. I then smiled gaily, to find the dead for so far down.
Number 9.
But for many minutes, the heart beat on with a muffled sound. And this, however, did not vex me.
Number 9.
It would not be heard through the wall. At length it ceased. It ceased. The old man was dead. I removed the bed and examined the corpse, and yeah, he was stone. He was stone dead. I placed my hand upon the heart and held it there many minutes, and there was no pulsation. He was stone dead. His hip would trouble me no more.
If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in silence. So far, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs. I then took up 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber, and deposited all between the scarlings. I then replaced the board so cleverly, so cunningly, that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out. No stain of any kind, no blood spot wherever. I had been too wait for that. A tooth had a cow out.
When I had made an end of these labors, it was 4 o'clock, still dark at midnight. As the bell sounded the hour, there came a knocking at the street door. I went down to open with a lighter heart,
Number 9.
for what had I do now to fear? There entered 3 men who introduced themselves with perfect suavity as officers of the place. A strike had been heard by a neighbor during the night. Suspicion of foul play had been aroused. Information has been lodged at the police office, and they have been disputed to search the premises. I smiled, for what had I to fear? I brought the gentleman welcome. The strike, I'd said, was my own in a dream.
Number 9.
The old man I mentioned was absent in the country.
Number 9.
I took my visitors all over the house, and I bade them search,
9.
and search
Number
well.
9.
I led them at length to his chamber.
Number 9.
I showed them its treasures secure on this chair. In the enthusiasm of my confidence, I brought chairs into the room and decided them here to rest from their fatigues, while I myself, in the wild audacity of my perfect triumph, placed my own seat upon the very spot beneath which responded the corpse of the victim. The officers were satisfied. My manner has convinced them.
Number 9.
I was singularly at ease, and they sat, and while I answered cheerfully, they chatted of familiar things.
Number 9.
But ere long,
Number 9.
I felt myself getting pale and wisdom gone. My head ached, and I fancied and ring in my ears, but they sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct. It continued and became more distinct. I took more freely to get rid of the feeling, but it continued and get debated at mass, until at length I found that the noise was not within my ears. No doubt I grew very pale, but I talked more fluently, and with a heightened voice, and yet the sound increased.
Number 9.
And what could I do?
9.
It was a loud, dull, quick sound, much such a sound as a watch makes when a ballad is caught,
Number
and I was for breath.
Number 9.
And yet the officers had it at knots.
9.
I talked more quickly, more vehemently,
Number 9.
but the noise steadily increased. I rose and argued about trifles in a high key and much violent gesticulations, but the noise steadily increased. Why would they not be gone? I paced the floor and fro with heavy strides. I was excited to be furious by the observation of the man, but the noise steadily increased. Oh God, what I could do! I found my right, I swore. I swung the shell point which I had been sailing and grating it upon the board. But the noise arose all and constantly increased.
Number 9.
It grew louder, louder, louder!
Number
And still the man chatted pleasantly and smiled. Was it possible they had it not? Almighty God! No, no, no! They had! They suspected. They knew.
Number 9.
They were making a mockery of my aura.
Number 9.
This I thought, and this I think. But anything was better than this agony. Anything was more horrible than
Number
this
9.
duration.
Number 9.
I could be those hypocritical
Number
smiles no longer.
Number
I feel that I must scream and die now and again and louder, louder, louder.
Number 9. Number
Villains, I shrieked.
9.
Dissemble them all. I admit the deed.
Number 9.
See of the planks here.
Number 9.
It is the bidding of his hideous heart.